Hello everyone. Today we are going to study the second year civil engineering subject, that is fluid mechanics, third practical, that is calibration of a venturimeter or orifice meter. So we write here calibration of venturimeter or orifice meter. So aim of our practical is, that is, to determine the coefficient of venturimeter. To determine the coefficient of venturimeter. So first of all we will see what is meant by venturimeter in detail. This is our venturimeter apparatus. So basically venturimeter is used to determine the discharge of a fluid through a pipe. The principle of a venturimeter is that by reducing the cross-sectional area of the flow passage, a pressure difference is created. By measuring this pressure difference, discharge through the pipe is determined. Okay, so venturimeter mainly consists of the following parts. The first one is this inlet section. This is the inlet section. Next to that there is a converging cone. This is converging cone. This is throat. This is diverging cone. Okay, and this is a discharge chamber. Okay, here that blue color pipeline shows the inlet tube. The height from this discharge chamber to this red color inlet chamber is nothing but the datum. From this point there is a direction of a flow, and at the end of this there is a outlet well. Okay, this is the that yellow color tank is the discharge tank. From this discharge tank we calculate the piezometric height or piezometric measurement of that liquid. So main part in this instrument is, this is the converging cone, this is the throat, and this is the diverging cone. Okay, and here this is the two manometric tube for calculating the pressure difference. We will see the theory of the practical. So in the introduction of this instrument we will see first part is the inlet section, second one is the converging cone, after that throat, next diverging cone or divergent cone. So here for calculating the discharge by applying Bernoulli's equation between the inlet and the outlet section, and there is a continuity equation for the discharge, we will write here that equation, that is Q is equal to CD into A1 into A2 divided by under root A1 square minus A2 square into under root 2GH. So here A1 is nothing but the cross sectional area of an inlet section, A2 is nothing but the cross sectional area of the throat section, and CD is the coefficient of discharge, H is the venturi head and is equal to the difference of a pressure at inlet and the throat section. The value of a differential head is defined by using the gauge equation between the inlet and the throat section, which is equal to H is equal to X into Sm minus Sw minus 1. Here again X is the difference of mercury level in manometer. Okay, Sm is the specific gravity of a mercury. and SW is the specific gravity of the water in pipe for mercury minus water column manometer. Okay, so we will write here SM is nothing but specific gravity of mercury and SMW is the specific gravity for water in pipe. So SM is equal to SHG, the difference between the two terms. Okay, we take it as a 13.6 and SW is nothing but 1.0. So we get H is equal to 12.6x. Okay, after putting the value, SM is nothing but 13.6 and SW is 1. This we take the sample reading. Okay, by taking SM is 13.6 and SW is 1, we get H is equal to 12.6x. Next part is the procedure. Okay, in procedure we will see that open the pressure tappings of the venturimeter and remove the air in the manometer. These two lines are nothing but the manometers. Okay, open the air gap between the manometer, then open the inlet. This is the inlet, blue color line is nothing but the inlet pipe. Okay, open the inlet and the exit well slightly, here the exit well, so that the water start flowing through this venturimeter. This is total part is nothing but the venturimeter. Okay, open the pressure tappings of the manometer simultaneously and then adjust the inlet and the outlet venturi diameter. So there is a free flow of the water from the connecting tubes. Okay, so here we have to open the pressure tappings of the manometer for the free flow of the water from the connecting tubes. Next, open the inlet valve fully and wait until fall becomes steady. Okay, then measure the discharge by finding the volume of water collected in connecting tank. Okay, so we have to measure the discharge of the water in this collecting tank or discharge tank. After that, we have to calculate the theoretical discharge and compare it with the actual discharge to get the value for CD, where CD is nothing but the coefficient of discharge. So here in observation, we take the diameter of an inlet pipe is 25 mm and diameter for the throat is nothing but the 12.5 mm. So by using these values, we can calculate the A1 and A2. So we write here the observations. We take diameter of inlet is D1 is equal to 25 mm. By using this value, we can calculate the A1, which is equal to 490.58 meter square or 4.90 meter square. Next, we having the diameter, is it diameter of a throat, which is equal to D2 12.5 mm. So from this we get A2 is equal to 1.227 centimeter square. Okay, here also this value is in centimeter square. So specific gravity of a mercury is nothing but the 13.6. Okay, from this we calculate the area of a collecting tank. So next is the observation table. In observation table, we will write first the manometric readings. So this is our observation table. In observation table, the first column is serial number, then manometric readings, in that the left tube, right tube, and the difference between these two tubes in centimeter. Okay, next is the discharge measurement for the inlet section, for the final section, that is mean the discharge section. Okay, difference in between inlet and discharge section. Next is the time, which is in seconds. Q actual, that is A1 into H1 divided by T, which is having value is in meter cube per second. Next is the head of water level, that is H is equal to 2.6 into X. Next is the Q plus H, A1 A2 into under root 2 GH upon A1 under root A1 square minus A2 square, which is in centimeter cube per second, that is the discharge. And the final column is Q actual upon Q theoretical. Okay, we calculate the difference of making division of these two terms, that is Q actual divided by Q theoretical. Next we will see calculations. We will see sample calculation for reading 1. We write here calculations. Okay, so here for reading 1, Q actual, first of all we calculate. There is a formula for calculating Q actual is A into H1 divided by T. We are having the area 2400 meter square into H1 is a 2 divided by time is 30 seconds. So we get 160 meter cube per second, that is this is Q actual. From this Q actual we have to calculate the Q theoretical. So we write Q theoretical A1 A2 into under root 2GH divided by A1 square minus A2 square. So after putting the values, that is 4.90 A1 we calculated previously into 1.22 centimeter square into under root 2 into 9.81, that is G. H is the 25.3. Okay, so divided by 4.908 square minus 1.227 square. So after solving this we get 28204 centimeter cube per second. Okay, we get the answer 282.04 centimeter cube per seconds. We have to calculate the coefficient of discharge. So we calculate Q actual divided by Q theoretical. So we are having the value for the Q actual is 160 meter cube per second divided by Q theoretical is 282.04 centimeter per cube, and we get the coefficient of discharge is 0.56. So similarly we calculate for the reading number second. Now last is there is a conclusion. Okay, so final conclusion of our practical is the value of coefficient of a discharge of a venturimeter found experimentally and graphically nearly same. Okay, so we get the values like Q actual and Q theoretical nearby same. Thank you.